Welcome, everybody. Today is April 8th, 2021. This is the Kubernetes SIG Architecture Community Meeting. And please remember to be respectful to one another. We have a relatively short agenda today. Up first, we have Rian with an update on the conformance subproject.
Thank you. Just some feedback for the successes for 121. Our target that we're chasing is to eliminate 30 endpoints that previously untested, and we managed to get 28 in. Our untested endpoints by the end of 120 was 155. We're sitting now at 124. There is some freebies that came in, so there's actually, I think, like 32 that actually came in, but from II side, we covered 28 by tests. Then removing technical debt.
Did you? Yes. I don't know if you wanted to display anything. I just made you co-host, or if you're just
not needed. If people just want to follow in the agenda, or if you don't want to share the agenda.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No problem. Okay, so removing technical debt, we are focusing quite a lot at the moment on the technical debt of SIG apps, which is basically all 1.9. And we managed within this release to move from 48% cover up to 62, which is pretty sweet. Then there's 32 endpoints that came in. No, there it's back. Okay, 32 endpoints that came in new that from cron job, endpoint slice, and prod distribution. And part of our monitoring, we managed to get all those in with tests. Some of them did come without tests, but the SIGs were very cooperative, got them all sorted. Then the flaky testing, everybody probably see the flaky test investigation going on in the channels, in the mailing list, and in GitHub. There's quite a bit of progress being made. None of it's actually related to the test, most of it's to underlying bugs or to timeouts, so it's not test bug things. Then looking forward to 122. For 122, we're going to target 20 endpoints previously not covered. And again, we're going to focus on all the 111 to 19 technical debt. Reason why the target is going down is we're really running into a lot of underlying bugs, specifically 111. We wanted to kill 111 this release already, but there is underlying bugs for which there's issues being opened. But even at 20 for the next 3 releases, we will still hit our goal of less than 75 endpoints remaining by the end of 2021, which would be quite a nice change from where we were 2 years ago. And that is the news about conformance.
Do you feel good about the pace, Rian? Do you feel good about the pace? Are we still slow?
The pace is going well. Community. What is really coming up now is the edge cases, because clearly you would go for the low hanging fruit first. So the difficult stuff is left behind. So we are busy hacking at things that behave funny. We actually had a good conformance meeting this week where Clayton helped us look at another bug that's underlying another way of patching because the normal way doesn't want to work. So there is really a lot of funny things coming out now, and we are picking up, and that's the point of the testing. We're picking up bugs by the testing. So it feels good, like we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And if John, you want to go to the API snoop page, unfortunately I did not. Oh yes, if you click on that 48 or 62, you'll get an API snoop page. You can go there, and if you look at the progress page, you'll see that we've actually ramped a pretty crazy curve for the last 3-4 releases.
Sorry, I have to switch which tab I'm showing. I assume it didn't show the.
No problem.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that there was substantial progress in paying down some of that tech debt, and it was really, really great to see. Well, I'll let you finish what you wanted to say about this. This is 120.
Yes, if you click on conformance progress at the top, in the main bar, and then it should show you, yeah. And you scroll up
Yeah.
a little and you can see the graph.
Yeah, I was looking at this
To
yesterday.
see there's really a serious
Here, let me
curve going up, and it's actually worth giving you goosebumps.
Yeah, it's really really great to see so much of this tech debt, right, paid down. That's really nice. And we're getting to like a really, and new things. All the new things that came in were promoted with tests. So we're not slipping backwards, and we're making progress. It's awesome. It's really awesome.
It's nice. If you look at what we had in 1.16, we're actually at half of what we had in 1.16. So it's really moving at a very nice pace. If you look at the graph for 1.16, you'll see, I think it was 266, 254, and we're sitting at half of that. So it's really, really, really nice. What would be helpful, if I can soapbox for a moment, if we can have, I know everybody's been extremely busy. Clayton's been very helpful in the conformance meeting, but some more support from the different SIGs attending the conformance meeting would be helpful, because we're dealing with quite a bit of bugs at the moment. So that would be helpful. But other than that, slowly plodding along, making good success.
Rian, we can't drum up like all SIGs show up kind of thing, right? So if you can give us like a handful of SIGs that you want to focus on, maybe we can rustle up some interest from the tech leads. If you said you were trying to do SIG apps, for example, right? So
so what we do from our side, we basically speak to SIG apps directly, and they've been very helpful. And in this release, I attended a couple of their meetings as well. So I take conformance to the SIGs. Right. So it's more, I must say, Jordan Liggett always gives good feedback. Clayton gives good feedback. John, you're also a very good support in giving us feedback. So it's basically having the expert in Kubernetes giving us some feedback of what do you think of the test. And that keeps us honest to make sure that we don't just slip things in for the sake of getting them in, but we really test what we intend to. And from the feedback that John gave us on status in the previous release, we are actually on a good rhythm, killing all the app status in this release. I hope all app status will be killed. So if we get a good method ready, approved by everybody in the community, we iterate on that, and we try and replicate things through our different resources in the same way, so we have a consistent method. And we did the same with many of the apps endpoints, because stateful set replica sets, they work much the same, so you can follow similar patterns.
Excellent. So I know some of the tests I believe that were added were really around the REST APIs. And are we, and we have had discussion, I guess, in the past around the testing the functionality itself versus just the API machinery. And in some cases we've added tests, or usually, hopefully, there's tests already for the end-to-end. But when we've added things to cover like status patching, what are we doing? Are we keeping track of? Are we missing places where we should be checking some actual functionality and we're just checking API endpoints? And if so, are we tracking those in issues? Yeah,
sorry, my internet broke up a little, but mostly we try and do behavior to catch the actual behavior of the API, and the endpoints that do not qualify or we cannot properly test are all now at the moment in the ineligible endpoints list. And what the plan is, when we, by next year, probably middle next year, we hope to have most of the endpoints covered, and then we'll for sure have to loop back to what was ineligible and is that reason still valid, which is at the moment, I think about 75 endpoints roughly. There is a list, I think if you scroll up there, you'll see the link for the ineligibles. Yes, they're underlined at the top. So that, 78 of them. And these we will loop back because, and most of them was things like storage and that proxy endpoints that will be deprecated. And then we took it to, I think, SIG Network, and they said it's going to deprecate. And then again, follow up, is it actually going to deprecate? And if not, why not? And then maybe we should test it. So there's a kind of just to reduce the noise, this is set aside. And as soon as we've killed most of the active debt, we will get around to these again.
Okay, thank you, Rian. Any other questions for Rian? Okay, awesome. So the only thing left on our agenda, unless somebody added something to it in the last 10 minutes, is we have an annual report that we're supposed to do. And it was due today, I believe, and it's not done. We have a start on it, and just before the meeting, I pushed a couple small changes. So Jim said, suggested we take this time to work on that. I guess that's probably not of interest to most people. I don't know that we really need to record that. It's really just a working session. So I guess if anybody who's interested in staying on and helping out with that, please feel free to. But at this point, I'm gonna stop the recording and we'll just make a working session, and everybody who doesn't care can go about their lives. Thanks so much.